Hello and welcome to the third and final part of our videos on story templates. So in this one we're going to be looking at cross-template referencing and then a few bits and pieces of sort of quality of life things that we can do within story templates. So cross-template referencing, well, what does that mean? Well, essentially what it means is that we can reference something in one template which has been generated in another. So let's get some templates up here. We'll look at template 1. So this is our first template, and it's making a roll on a table called geography. So let's get our geography table up, and we'll see what that contains. So this is a multi-column table. And it's giving us various bits and pieces of information that might pertain to this particular village, including a name and various geographical locations, its size, etc., and the inhabitants. Now, one thing you notice that the inhabitants here is got parentheses around the first letter. This is for something that we'll come on to later, but this intelligently capitalizes this depending on where the word is going to appear in a sentence. But back to this template here. We're going to make a roll on this template. We're going to ask the template to roll. And because we're wanting to store this result in something that we can access from another template, we need to bracket this with these curly brackets. So we open and close with the curly brackets. We've got colons before and after the table name, geography, and then we're going to store this result in village. We can recall the result from this by just causing village to appear in angled brackets. And we've also got a link here to another story template, which if we open now, this is going to give us the village. We can see that we can actually put stuff in the title of the template itself. And in the heading, and this will pull the information from this village from column 5 of the roll that we have made. So whatever is in column 5 on this roll will get pulled into this, so that the title of the template will become Village of Stormwick or Fearhold or whatever, as will this title here. And then we're just going to be pulling some information out of the variable that we created here in this first template, and this is going to give us a sentence with various bits in it. So if we close this one for the moment and just generate this, so we can see that it's made the roll. So we've gotten a roll of 2. So it's given us everything along the row there, all the dwarven, medium, lightly forested, small lake and Stormwick. Here's a result that we can recall, and it's also retained the link to the story template, and it's also put in the name of the village into the actual name here. So if we now click on this, we can see that it's given us this is our template. If we now generate this, then we can see that it's given us the village of Stormwick. It's a medium-sized dwarven settlement situated on a small lake in a lightly forested region. So it's taken all the information that we created in template 1, and we've recalled it in template 2. So this can be quite powerful because you can obviously create particular templates that do this kind of thing, and then you can pull information from those templates in other templates, and the information can be stored across a number of different templates. Okay, let's get rid of this and let's have a quick look at date formatting. So let's have a look at this date template here. So there are two different dates or date types that you can call. The first is from your system, that is from your computer, and the second is from Fantasy Grounds itself. Um, so the first one is obviously going to just pull information from your computer, but the second one needs to have a calendar open in Fantasy Grounds and usable within Fantasy Grounds. So you need to come into the calendars and you need to have actually set up a calendar with a date, etc., and a year, and so on and so forth. All that needs to be set up for this to work. So the format here is square brackets again, and then we just have date, or if you want to the FG date, then it's FG date. And then you can more or less have anything within the format that you want. So things like DD will give you the day, and that will give you the day as a number. Day, the word day will give you the day as in the name of the day. Month will give you the full month. YYY will give you the full year. YY will give you the last two digits of the year. And you've also got this thing here called old school, which you'll see what that does in a minute. Now, more or less, all of these also work with the FG dates, except for things like old school, and the shortened form of months will only work with like the Gregorian calendar. It won't work for any of the other ones because most of the other calendars don't have shortened forms. So you don't have things like January being Jan and September being Sep. So that the shortened forms generally won't work with the FG date. So if we just generate this, we'll see what we get. So we can see that the DDMMYYY here comes out to today's date, 29th September. We can have September 2005, we would just have the month and the year. We can just have the day. We can have the day, or the day, the month, and the year, etc. And this is this old school one, which gives you a whole thing. And then you've got the second one here, DDD, will actually gives you the sort of ND bit, so the first, second, third, etc. So it gives you that bit as well. Now notice that in some of these I've got a dash to separate. In this one I've got a dash to separate the days in the month. Other ones I've used a space, and some others I've used a hash. So hashes, spaces, and dashes are okay to use, but there are some other things that you shouldn't use. Otherwise, Fantasy Grounds won't do well with it. Things like M dashes and other general punctuation, things like exclamation marks and stuff. I mean, these all have special meanings within Fantasy Grounds, so trying to interpret that could give you some problems. And this is the formats that you get with the FG VTT dates, and it's very similar to what you see in here, except as I said before, some of these, like this one, wouldn't work, and the shortened forms of the days wouldn't work either. So that's date formats, quite fun. Now let's have a look at something else. I just need to remember what I've called the template. Here we go, chained tables. So a fairly sparse template, which appears to just be calling a table called first table. But if we have a look at first table here, you'll see that it calls another table second, and if we look at that one, it calls a third table, and third table calls a final table, which we can find here, and the final table just returns the word result. So if we were to generate this, we'll just generate and we'll see what happens. So it returns the result, okay, final, but it also returns the text for all the tables that are intervening between the first table and the final table, and the result in the final table. So we've got final, and then it returns third table and a second table. And we kind of don't want that really. We just want it to return the result of result. We don't want final table, third table, and second table. So there is actually a way to suppress this. And if we go into any of these tables, let's go into let's go into the second one just for fun. If we open this up with a pipe a character and we just type in yes, we just type it in, hide all, and end it with a pipe. And now when we generate this table or generate this story template, all we get is the result. So if it sees hide all anywhere in any of these table calls, then it will suppress the text for any of the tables. Now there is, you can do a hide before. Close that. So that's hidden everything before the second table, including the second table. So all it's showing here is the final table result. There's also a hide after, which will do a similar kind of thing. So you've got some flexibility as to which tables you want to hide, either all of them or some of them. So that's the hide feature. So the next feature we want to just quickly look at, and we've touched on it before, is the indefinite article feature. So if we get a template up here, so what we're doing here is we've got a table called animal, and all we're doing is we are calling this a number of times in a sentence. So we've got a animal and a animal are fighting in a clearing. So we've got the a and the a here. We've got these in parentheses. And what we should be looking for here is that if we roll eagle here, for example, then this a becomes an. And similarly, if this were to be an octopus, then this would also become an. Otherwise, everything will be as. So we just generate this. We can see right away that it's working. So an armadillo and an eagle are fighting. An eagle and a gorilla, a bear and a bear, a wolf and a wolf. So this is intelligently changing the indefinite article here to an when it detects that the following word or the result from the table is a vowel and leaves it as an a if it's not a vowel. And the final thing, just to wrap things up, is the auto capitalization feature. Again, we've got a table here called pronouns, which we should get up. And we can see here that in the table, we've just got the two columns, very simple table, but we've got the he and the his. We've got the first letter of the he and the his in parentheses. And this is indicating to the template that we're not sure where this he or this his falls within the sentence. But if it does fall in the beginning of the sentence, then you should capitalize the first letter of the he or the his. And our sentence here is just sort of calling this table several times, either on column 1 or column 2. So if we just generate this, we can see that it's automatically capitalized the he that is pulled from here. It's made this just lowercase because it's in the middle of a sentence. And then reaching into his backpack again, he again found a rag to wipe it away. and then we've capitalized the he as the gel began to dissolve his flesh. So what that's done is it's intelligently capitalized the letters where it's necessary to do that. And you can do this with anything that would come up that could be in a sentence, like you could, maybe the race, for example. Sometimes you can get things like a human or dwarf that might be in the middle of a sentence, or it might be at the beginning of a sentence, or whatever. You could, as long as you have the parenthesis in the table, then Fancy Grounds will try to intelligently auto-capitalize this. Okay, so that's it for this video and for this short series on story templates. Hopefully you have found that useful. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.